here we are in Medieval Dynasty instead. Okie dokie guys, welcome back to Medieval Dynasty, the probably final stream of the series. We have a few things to do. I can't remember what we were doing last time, as always, because I've slept and not slept since then. Had dreams last night of being chased by a bear. That's like three nights in the last 2 weeks I've been dreaming about bears, but it might have something to do with the fact that locally here, just north of us, like 20 kilometers away, a guy was mauled by a grizzly. I don't know why. I think he was just out, like, maybe walking, or maybe he worked outdoors. Like, there's, you know, ranches up there as well and stuff. And he was attacked by a grizzly and was taken to Calgary Hospital, one of the hospitals there, with very serious injuries, which, if you're hit by a grizzly bear, you will get serious injuries there. And, you know, reading that a couple of days ago, I would have just re-triggered things. And you guys know me and bears. We've had fun with bears in this game as well. But we are building houses. We still have several houses to finish building. So maybe we're gonna get along with that. I want to double check. Wood production is looking okay. We need to be having 258 wood. I think we already looked at that. Oh, and we were putting trellises up, but I think now it's winter. We probably shouldn't be decorating quite so much. We'll get back to that. Ah, we did this. We did the wall. We did the industrial quarter wall. That's right. So, wood boys, what are you doing for me? They are producing 44.2. Multiply that by 4. And this is where we have to do math, guys. So it's not even 200, at least. I know that much. That's not enough log. We need more logs. Oh wait, no, that's firewood. Logs, sorry. This is firewood. Oh, right, no. 48. There we go. That's still not maybe enough, but it's probably gonna get us through the winter. That's every run of firewood produced. Oh right, no, we're making tons. Hang on, yeah, every single run of firewood produces 4. Oh boy, yeah. So that's how many individual firewood we get. So yeah, you multiply that by 4 because that's how much fuel firewood is worth, and that's how much wood we're getting. So it needs to be more. Probably going to come close. Probably going to like 230, 220 wood. 500. We had over 610. We've used 20 wood up in the meantime. We have loads of water. We have plenty of food. We're not worried about food. 25 people in my settlement now. Get out. That's cool. What have we got here? Excavation shed is full. I feel like there was one thing we needed to fix. Maybe I fixed it at the end of the last stream. We've got plenty of hunting going. We do need to upgrade the kitchen and the food storage. Kitchen and food storage need upgrading. What else do we have here? Clay bottles will get sold. Clay bowls I will keep for now. We have a few additional copper bars we can maybe sell. Get rid of all these old feathers. Fertilizer. We got loads of fertilizer. I think I might need to do something to get more. I might need to buy some fertilizer, actually. I guess that'll be a problem for when we get back to this game in the future. There's other things I want to play as well, beside this one. We've been doing this game since, I want to say, April? March? April? There's a almost weekly feature. We're good for now. We got some leather, linen, fabrics, but we're not going to get much more anymore, so we'll hold off. I guess we'll just use the leather to make water skins. That's right, that's what we're doing. Only got 5 logs and 6 planks. Yeah, we did need to do this though. We needed to do a quick trade run. Okay. Right, and one of our guys, Sully Woosh, wants a cap with a coif. That's right. We wanted a cap with a coif. I don't know if we can make... Well, we could make it. I don't know if we have the tech points to buy the schematic. And how much the schematic's going to be versus how much just going and buying one's going to be. I feel like buying one is going to be maybe the cheaper ticket. Hoods. Hood. Caplets. Hats. It's probably in here. Hat. Bag hat. Felt hat. Lapels. Cap with coif. Steam is 200. We need linen, fabrics, and thread that we don't have, though. So once I've bought that and then bought the fabric and... I'm just gonna go and buy him one. If the schematic is 200, surely the actual cap itself, you know, is gonna be pretty cheap, right? Because usually the schematics are gonna cost more than what the actual end product is gonna cost you. So we'll take some of this stuff to sell. Oh man, I'm running around with my bloody summer stuff still. I need to get rid of this before we leave. We'll go to my house. I thought I emptied out my clothing. For the first couple of days of winter, running around with my spring, summer, autumn clothing in my inventory. I thought I actually got rid of these. Here we go. Alright. Okay, wife, I am off. I'll go and sell some stuff. Then, when we get back to this game next time we play it, I will have plenty of money. So, yeah, I think I already do. What's the tax gonna be like? Because the tax man's gonna need paying. 2 grand? That's fine. That's fine. Alright. I don't suppose you feel like maybe sweeping up the muck in the stable? No? Okay. I don't know why she doesn't. I was like, who's out here? This is probably one of my gatherers, right? Okay. People don't usually just... Yeah. Oh, right. It's Dobra Sulka. She's out here sulking. She's just sulking. Why do I have a farm problem? 1 minute. What is, farming? Barn? It's gonna be the farm shed. No resources. What are you missing? No, oh my god, they actually added it in a tooltip form. Yes. Yeah, we don't have any fertilizer, though. We're gonna have to spend every evening mucking out the donkey's poops from the shed. The donkey shed. Because the person who works there doesn't do it. It's so stupid. Please, developers, I'm begging ya. Just make it so they clean out that they don't do anything. I suppose they oversee the breeding. What you've asked me to do is hire someone to basically work as a person with a zoophilia fixation, because that's all she does is the breeding of the animals. And I only have the one. I don't want to breed donkeys. I don't care about that. The donkey is my means of travel. And it poops all over the place and I need someone to shovel that and put it in resource storage. So, you know. That's all I need. I don't need her to stand around looking dopey all day. Okay.
How is life?
I'm sorry, I rant about that every stream, I know, but it is just nonsensical to me that someone works in a stable and doesn't clean the stable. They should clean it. Alright, wicker baskets, water skins. Was there anything else? I feel like we got one more thing to sell. Nope. We're good. Cap with coif. Oh my god. It's 1,404 gold? Hi, I'd like to buy 5 of your linen fabrics. I mean, they're 104 gold each. Jesus Christ. 3 thread? It's like 150. That's cost me like 650 to 660 gold. Plus 200 for the schematic. I'm still saving money. It's fine.
So long.
I'm gonna go make him one. What does he want? A freaking Versace coif and cap? Or something? No, he's just gonna get my standard rough-hewn burlap sack on the head treatment. That's what he's getting. That's what Sully Wooge is getting. He's getting just a burlap sack, the corner of it cut off, and a bit of string hanging down from each corner. That's what you're getting. It was fine when I was a lad, and it's fine for you too. You don't need anything better. Doesn't need to be designed by somebody with an unpronounceable Italian name, okay? It's just... You're getting a fine Eastern European knockoff version. That's alright. Oh boy. We're probably going to want to do a bit more lumberjacking as well. I've got to find another place to start chopping trees down. The area where I go is very bare now. And I don't want to do it around here. This is our scenery. We're not chopping down, like, you know, the scenery that we have. Now let me get off. Let's see. It's only 40%, 60%. 60 and 20? Man, I mean, caps with coif, like 200 to buy the schematic, and they sell for over like 1,400 each. We're gonna make so much money from these. What can I say though? This is just inflation, right? Hey, there you go. You already have one. What do you have on your head? Here you go. Oh, see, you changed it, and it's just the same thing. Dude already has a cap. You realize that you're antagonizing the mayor, right? That's what I thought. Okay, we gotta do some lumberjacking. We have our axe. That's fine. Let's take the donkel. Donkel, come with me.
Onward.
Where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna go chop down some trees? Maybe out over here near Gustovia would be good. I've been chopping them down like across the river here. And around here, I think. I guess there's here near Borowowowo as well. It's pretty dense with trees. See, I also found something out from reading a tooltip. That if you chop down a tree but leave the stump, the tree regrows after so many years. I've been removing the stumps, I'm thinking Minecraft, where you had to get rid of the stump, and then it would allow trees to grow again in the area around it. As long as you put saplings down, of course. Was it Minecraft or was it so? No, there's another game that does that. Like, look, I've been leaving stumps. So they should return back into trees, apparently. But I'm sure there was another game. with this kind of mechanic, but you had to remove the stump in order for another tree to grow. Oh my god, what game was it? I don't think it was Minecraft now. Oh. Oh, it would be Eco, of course. Eco does that. You can plant trees as well, but if you leave stumps around, nothing regrows, but they will regrow naturally. They do spread naturally. That's right. So we did a stream of Eco when the 10.0 update fully released with boats and stuff. We didn't really get very far because it was just like 3 of us playing semi-regular. There were too many gaps in our production economy, and we weren't able to do much eventually. Lots of us were having to re-specialize our skills and aim for different things. Like, I wanted to be food, but I also had to be a carpenter and a brickmaker and a miner eventually, and it was like, oh, too much to do. It's a good game though, and they just released the 11 update, which also had some new features in it, I believe. I can't remember what they were. They added a few new bits with the 11 update. I did like the federations and towns and city and, you know, country type stuff that you could do. That was good. I can see, I'd love to get like a big eco community, but I'd probably have to go and find one to join and play around with that stuff. But man, you need to commit to that game as well if you're gonna do that, and I really don't have the time. This is more my speed right now. We are hungry. I didn't eat breakfast. Did I bring some eggs with me? No, but I have porridge. Porridge is good. And I have 2 water skins of water. Timber! And to see here, just a guy in Canada doing Canadian things. Lumberjacking in the snow. It's alright. Drinking coffee. All these trees are going to become housing, hopefully. That's the idea. We need to make more of the houses. We have, like, splattered around. And then I think I'm not going to do a big population drive right now. I don't see a big need for it. Although we do have a couple of pregnant people in the town still, so somebody's gonna, like, one of them's gonna give birth, but that won't be this season now. We will probably pick this game back up again. It'll be in the spring of the game at the very least. Maybe I'll be playing it next spring. I don't know. This week, though, since we finished Guild Wars Janthea Wilds. Which, speaking of Canada, that's basically what that place is. That was just Canada. I came to realize some of the accents of those bears, you know, the bearkin, the lowland Kodans, they're basically just Canadians. They're very stereotypically, like, almost Newfoundlandy sounding Canadians, but like a bad impersonation of one that might offend people from that area. That's all that accent is. And, yeah, it was really funny. But since we finished that, we're picking up a couple of new things on the stream. I've been feeling in a detective-y mood again lately, and my choices were the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Remastered trilogy that came out not too long ago. There's a lot of reading out loud with that kind of game, so I don't know if my throat felt up to it or not. You'd have to play it and find out. But then there was also Frogwares having a sale. They're the guys who did the Sherlock Holmes games. Yeah, I'm just going to stay away from that death trap. And a very loud vehicle was going past. Another reason why I'm looking forward to my new mic. Hopefully it doesn't pick shit like that up. But yeah, the Sherlock Holmes games, we played Crime and Punishments, we played Devil's Daughter. I haven't played any of the others, but they've been on sale. Like the whole franchise, because they also announced Sinking City 2. Yes. One of the games I wanted to play when we were playing Call of Cthulhu. Oh god, these trees are really trying to kill me today. When we were playing Call of Cthulhu a couple of months ago, I did also want to pick up the Sherlock Holmes Awakened game, I think it was called. Should know, because I bought it yesterday, so. And I bought Chapter 1. I didn't get to either of those when they came out, so we're going to play Chapter 1 I was going to say Friday, but now I've realized I can't stream this Friday. I'm going to have to move it to Thursday, because my wife has a video call with her cover artist for her book. Literally over there in the corner. So where that dark area is here, that's a cubby, and her computer is there. So we went and got a webcam for her, because she had a laptop before the desktop computer that she has now. And that laptop isn't really functional anymore, kind of is. He's only turned it on once in the last few weeks. That was only to look for a file that might have been on its hard drive. Alright, let's go back with these logs. We have tons.
Move on.
Right. So yeah, she needed a webcam, she realized. She was like, oh shit, and I was like, well, you can borrow mine, because I won't be streaming that day. I did my schedule yesterday, and I put it on the stream, and I totally forgot. Need to change that. So ignore what's on the schedule for now. But then again, I don't know what time she has her call. I'll have to double check with her and say, what time were you scheduled to call this guy again? Like, is it a morning call or is it an afternoon? Because I do remember her saying something about it being an afternoon call. So if it is, then I can still stream. I'll just move the stream a little earlier. Hey! How's it going, Yuri? It's cute watching you and I play the same game. You guys might want to consider collaborating. Oh, you and Al. Oh, I totally misread that. I've been good. How have you been? How's life? We just finished Guild Wars 2 Janthea Wilds last week, so... There's a lot of trucks coming into the parking lot lately. Holy shit. But yeah, we're doing good. And I was just talking about the next game on the channel is going to be Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, because I felt in a detective mood. And my new microphone arrived. It's down at the post office as of 8:30 this morning. And I was like, that doesn't help me. The post office doesn't open till 9:30 and I'm streaming at 10. And I don't have time to get down there and back. So, yeah. Bit of a problem. Which houses should we build next? I'm going to say B's over here. We'll build this little corner. This cozy corner over here. Not bad. Haven't gamed much lately, trying to sort things out around the house. Yeah, sometimes you just need to kind of focus, right? Just gotta zoom in, laser focus. But as long as everything's good and all is well, that's what we like to hear. I forgot this was a big house. This is one of the big posh houses, right? Yeah. Man, somebody's gonna be living good. Where was the front to that house again? It was around the other side. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, that's right. So this whole area could just be housing, you know? Additional housing. Tavern in the middle here. All gonna be good. No, the pain, my new rudder pedals got sent to the old house after a year on back order. Oh no, oh that's too bad. Yeah, like when things go on that long, some stuff, you know, slips through the cracks. Right, so... Oh, that's too bad. Took you about a week to get them. Well, I mean, I elected to have these delivered to the post office because it's just easier with it being a condo building. Like, the guy who will show up at the door, the Amazon driver, they usually have like multiple packages to deliver every time they come here anyway, so somebody might be able to let them in, but it won't be me because I'm not on the buzzer, which is a bit of a shame. We tried to get that fixed, and the condo company just don't care, so they were like, oh yeah, we can add you, and but we have to take your wife off, and I'm like, okay. You know, we decided that's fine, and then they never did it. And then we asked them again, and they said, we're having technical problems trying to get things changed, so we're looking into it. And a bunch of other excuses. This guy's looking like, oh, a new house going in here, huh? Yeah, Albert. You've got a house, though, so, you know, this is for new people coming in. Be gazing at this house with your covetous eyes. You've got your own. It will be exactly the same as yours. And it's right next to the blacksmith. Do you really want to live next to the blacksmith? Probably not. Ildefonso's like, yeah, you don't want to live next to a blacksmith. Just don't even think about this house. This house, not for you. But yeah, like since, you know, when they get here, if they buzz the door and, you know, I can't answer it, so it just seems more practical to have things sent to the post office and then I'll go pick it up when I get a chance. Because, yeah, you know, it does mean that this afternoon I get to play around configuring a new microphone. And it also, oh god, I removed the door. I suppose I can always change which way the door is as well. I keep forgetting that. Like, I could put the door here if I, you know, can I? Hang on. Let me just reconfirm my suspicion. Maybe I can't because, nope, you can. You can just put the door wherever you want. So I could have it facing this way, but I can't do a pathway because those rock nodes are in the way, so, yeah. That's why we have it this way round. There isn't going to be another house here, so we could just do a stone wall. There'll be another one like this built here as well. Like, I'm going to build them up a little bit and make like a little street, like a little close. Yeah, it's a max of one door, yeah. I do forget though when I'm like putting houses down and trying to figure out like, oh, rotate the door this way and so on, and I'm like, I don't need to do that. I can just put the house down and then change where the door comes out later, you know? Sometimes you could be like, I want the door here, but it won't let me, but will I be able to trick the system? That's the question. Like, I could put it down if I rotate it round and the door comes out the other side, and then change the layout of the walls afterwards, and it may let me put the door there then. So that might be a way to do things. I forget, are these in 2 segments? These are in 2 segments, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they go half and half. Nice. The attic built. Go grab the rest of the logs. If I can get these 2 houses built at the very least, I might be happy with this. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. Might be happy with this playthrough. Logs. Oh god, carrying all the logs here. So yeah. Hello, Nanny. Oh, everybody's torching it. Dude, he's like, I want to check this new place out. What are you building? Get out of there. Cozy stream, just what you need. Dealing with the German and American authorities. Oh my goodness. I can imagine that's exhausting. Do come on in and enjoy. Put your feet up and try to relax after the time you've had as well. I'm just going to put all the logs in. Let's get these. Oof. Not quite enough. 1 log short of getting that last bit done. When in doubt, avoid the authorities. Yes. This is solid advice. Very solid advice. We just had 2 members of the establishment drive past while we were getting started here today. 2 police cars just went zooming down the hill. I'm hoping they're not going to the school that's down there. But I imagine if there was any reason for police cars to be racing with sirens to a school, there'd be more than 2 of them. There'd be the whole damn RCMP detachment would be on its way. So it's probably just a call to one of the houses that's down there. Or the ranch house as well. That's also the way to the parking lot for what is essentially the town hall. I'm still carrying feathers? Oh, you know what? I'm just going to leave these in. I keep forgetting to sell those. I thought I sold them. Manure. There we go. Get rid of that. We'll get us another 10 fertilizer, 10 farm plots dealt with. Today was the first day of school for my niece. We all miss Mom very much. Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. Like, it's one of those, like, key moment things, right? Yeah. Like first day of school as well. It's like these are the things. It's like, you know, the holidays as well, when the first ones of those all roll around. It just brings things back. My wife Shy, her mother lost her brother as well on Sunday. He passed away Sunday night, like really late Sunday night, after a long battle with leukemia. So, you know, my mother-in-law's all really broken up. Shy didn't really know him very well because they're all the way over to the east of the country, and other than occasional visits when she was younger, she never really knew them, so... But still, you know, these are the things that carry with us through life. I found myself sleeping better though as well lately. Like, I think a lot of the anxieties I've been having with my dad's health situation have also eased a little. Ooh, snow. He went to his urologist on the on Tuesday last week. He was supposed to go on Friday for his aorta operate for the stent putting in, and they've had to cancel because they'd found the blood in the urine a few weeks earlier, and he had to go see a urologist, get a full report on what's going on, and they were like, in the meantime, we're going to have to cancel until we know more because we've got to go in through the groin to get to your aorta. So, because he's having keyhole done. How many logs did these jokers make for me while we were done? There's only 3 left. Where are all my logs going? I mean, okay, they're making loads of planks, though. 48. That's what we need. I'm trying to do math. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts so much. The numbers, they abuse me. So anyway, yeah, he went to see the urologist and had the camera inserted into the unmentionable location around the front, not the back, to have a look at his bladder. And they found nothing of concern, which is good. Hearing that has relieved a little bit of problems, but he still needs to have his kidney and prostate checked, which I think he's having done next week. So we're still kind of holding breath. I just want him to get done with this aorta situation. The longer that drags on, it's like every minute of it is in its own time a risk, you know, that something bad will happen. My sincerest condolences, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know the guy. I've heard of him, you know, I've heard the name mentioned with like tales and stories and stuff. Family stories, but I've never met him. I've not really, other than like my father-in-law's mother, I've not met any other of the family because they mostly all live away from here. So yeah, and the ones who do live kind of here are not close, like personally, to any of them. So yeah, I don't really know them myself. Shy said that she doesn't really, other than feeling bad in general, like she's not broken up over it because she didn't really know him either. He's like a distant uncle. But yeah, my mother-in-law is really upset. Like, yeah, she was chewing over whether does she go for the funeral or does she go before he dies, you know, to see him. And she chose eventually to, you know, wait for the funeral because she can't afford to just fly out there and go back and forward all this time. So, you know, and then they've said that he has said he didn't want a funeral. He just wants to be cremated. And that's the end of it, basically. So she doesn't really have an urgency to rush out there at the very least on a deadline for like to be there on a funeral day. So, but she'll probably want to go at some point in the very near future and, you know, pay respects and what have you at his resting place. My aorta doesn't pass through my bladder and kidneys. Come on then, while I'm still young. And that's something my dad would say. I'm going to be honest, he would. Especially the while I'm still young part at 78 years old. He's not going to enjoy that latter bit, or maybe he will. I won't be asking him whether he had fun or not. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to be like, how was that? Did you enjoy it? No, I did not enjoy that. I very much unenjoyed it. Oh, that's right. I'm running around in circles. Like I don't remember what I was about to do while I was in here. Limestone, where are you? We add more limestones to buildings to get some more insulation to reduce the fuel needs. Crossing my fingers. Thank you. Yeah, we'll hopefully get clear of this current situation, you know, and then go from there. But yeah, he would definitely do the, you know, while I'm young part, for sure. I'd be like, Dad, you haven't been young in a long time. I'm not young anymore. Don't even try that. Hey, we finished that bit. That's been waiting for limestone forever. Right, I wanted to double check a thing. 258.1. Remember that number, everybody. I want to see what difference this makes when I'm done adding a few. But yeah, I mean, I guess they want to make sure that if they're gonna like do the keyhole and they go in through the growing and they're coming close to basically the plumbing like that, they want to make sure that there's no like cysts, growths, and other types of stuff that are causing blood in the urine that they need to deal with, you know, or avoid, because they don't want to go poking around in their blind and make things worse, right? You know, just like, okay, I mean, it's not blind because there's a camera, but still, like, you've got very little margin of error, I imagine, when you're doing this kind of stuff, and you need to know that everything down there is cool before you go for it. Oh, well, yeah, 256.8. So for every wall we insulated, it's reduced the fuel need just ever so slightly. I was wondering if I needed to do a whole house for it to work. Like, oh, you insulated like 3 of the walls. So what? There's still heat escaping. It makes no difference, you know, or does each individual bit of wall add a little bit more? So, but yeah, prostate exam. I don't ever want to have medical problems in my life as I get older, but I probably will, like most men, where they need to insert cameras and or other appendages and digits and, you know, medical instruments and doodads into either of the holes down there that are generally designed for things to come out of. Nothing going in. Like, I don't want that. So, you know, we have 2 points here we can spend. What have we got here? Careful miner, extract additional resources. I think I was going to go for that next. Slow stamina consumption during excavations. What is this? Slower durability loss of picks and shovels. Extra items when digging in clay pits. Slower durability loss of axe. Why do I not have that? I'm doing a lot more lumberjacking lately. I should probably get at least 1 level of that. What are these? Faster tree cutting for 10 seconds with a stack. Mining and digging. No, I think extra mining chance might be good. That might be a good one. We'll spread these points out a little bit. Okie dokie. Well, we just finished some insulation. Okay. Guy spelling gets a little too excited. Some weekend? No, you're going to enjoy some prostate massage if you're not supposed to say it. No. It's not going to be like that scene in like the first Deadpool movie when he gets together with Ness and it's like, you know, Happy International Women's Day and she's behind him and he's like, oh! Like, no, that's not happening. No way. But it's not spelled like that. It's I'll just type it in chat. It's a lot easier. That's how we spell it. Although, no, sorry. What am I doing? That's how we used to spell it. I used to spell it like that, and she was okay with it till we got married. Then it was just that. That's it. That's it. Right there. I know what I'm doing. I know my wife. Yeah, SHAI is how a lot of people who we know tend to just spell it, and she's kind of okay with it. But when we started seeing each other as a couple, he was like, could you just spell it CHEY? I'm like, oh, sure, I thought you liked SHAI. And she's like, I do, but I prefer CHEY. And I'm like, okay, things you should be telling me, that's good. I'm gonna have a hard time remembering that. Well, you have to remember it like Cheyenne. It's literally the first 4 letters of Cheyenne, so that's her name. And yes, my parents sometimes, when they read the abbreviation out, they say Che. And I'm like, that's... You've never heard me say that. Why do you think it's pronounced Che? And they're like, well, that's how it's spelt when you write it like that. And I'm like, that doesn't mean that's how it's pronounced. Old people, though, right? I can get some stone and do this, at the very least. I was just thinking, I don't want to run out and get more wood yet. We need to get these houses built, though, before winter ends. I should have got them built before winter started, but here we are. Hey, no, not that. Stone. Stone. I'll just grab loads of it. Can I move with this much stone? Yes, I can. Yeah, it's just basically like try to associate it with like the whole first name and just take the first 4 letters. That's how it's spelled. That's how we abbreviate. So when I say shy, it's basically that in writing. So well, this will get this house built at the very least. I can get most of the other house done. There's just that one corner wall there needs 1 log. I suppose I could just grab that from resource storage, though. But we did, yeah, we did realize as well last stream, didn't we, that and one of my more skilled lumberjacks now having given birth in the winter and having a baby cannot work anymore, thus needed a new lumberjack, pretty sharpish. So we've got someone with low skill in there again. There's 2 people there now because we upgraded it to level 2. But still. We are kind of not making as much logs as I would like. Get back in here and do this. Get a log and some more. God, I don't know. I need to check into this. It feels like we're using more logs now. I don't know if my purples are burning logs over firewood. Actually, let me double check that. They're not prioritizing it over firewood, are they? Wood items. Yeah, it's I'm assuming this is the order of priority. They'll do sticks and then they'll do logs and then, you know, but they've got firewood. They shouldn't be burning logs. So that was one of the reasons why we always ended up with fewer logs. When we get this house built, or most of it anyway, and then I'll have a good fiddle around with the log production and see what's going on. Somebody's eating way more logs than they should. It could be the plank production. I did turn that up. But I feel like I want them to have more logs as well. I'm looking forward to this Sunday as well. Normally I game on Sundays with friends, but I'll be heading out to a classic car show here in town. Not taking part, just gonna go observe. I don't really go to a lot of in-town events and stuff at the weekends because I have stuff going on, you know. I was like, no, I want to make a bit of time for this one thing in the summer. And maybe next year's summer will be different. Maybe I'll try to make more time for stuff. There's been like multiple rodeos. I'd love to go to them. Shy's not interested, which is fair enough. You know, it's not her thing. I don't know if it's my thing. I'd like to go check out and see if it is my thing, is the point. And yeah, I think I've missed the last one now. Although next year as well, we were talking about going to see, like, go to Stampede. Just as, like, Shy doesn't want to go to it. She's not, for someone who lives in a very Western-oriented place, she's not very Western, like, fan. She doesn't like country music. She's not into Western movies or anything of the sort, you know. Man, we are using up all this stone. Holy shit, that's good. I think I turned down stone production as well. So she's not into that, which fair enough. You know, she's like, oh, she's probably just lived around it so much she doesn't like it. You know what I mean? Sick of the sight of it. Oh, we need logs for those. Shit. Okay. So yeah. But I'd like to at least go and experience these things, and we talked about going to Stampede next year. You know, so that might be a thing I'll get to do. But I'd also like to go to the local rodeos, you know? There's plenty of those going. Let's put these stones in here. And, Sunday was the Labor Day, no, yesterday, not Sunday, because yesterday was Labor Day, duh, not Sunday. Yesterday was the Labor Day parade in town. I wouldn't have minded going to see it, and Shy almost became a part of it. Her mum wanted to go out, and do some errands and stuff, and she went down to the opposite side of town to pick her up around 10:30, and I thought to myself, before she left, to just say to her, let me just pause it, to just say to her, oh, don't forget there's the parade in town, and they'll have closed off multiple roads along Railway and First Street, down 5th. Center Avenue is going to be a mess, because they're using it for the parade queue up, and River as well, you know, like off to the side. And I thought, she's not going to go in the industrial area, that's close to where she works, she has no reason. And I thought, you know what, she shouldn't really need to go there anyway, so I'm not going to say anything, and she'll probably just look at me and go, I know, I'm not dumb. You know, when you're not sure, like, if you're being condescending or not. So I thought, no, she'll know, she knows these things. When she came back, I asked her how the traffic was, and she was like, I forgot there was a parade on, so I tried to go up Center Avenue and had to cut around and wiggle about in all the different side roads to get away from the parade. And then cut out to go this way to come to Glenbow Drive and go up there. And I was like, I thought I should have told you about the parade route closures as well to remind you before you left, but I didn't want to, you know, come off like I thought you were dumb or anything. And she's like, well, I am. So yeah, that was funny. But I would have liked to have gone to see that as well, you know. And I don't really do a lot. It's kind of, this year I followed 2 or 3 town-related Facebook groups and started using Facebook again. I haven't used Facebook for years. And I thought, you know, there's a lot of people I know from the UK still on Facebook, although not many of them seem to be posting much anymore. But it'd be nice to at least keep touch, you know, with some relatives, right? Started around my birthday when I got birthday messages from people, and, you know, got a private message from one of my uncles who was telling me some bad medical news as well, but only because I asked how he was and if he's well. You know, he wasn't going to say anything otherwise. So, and yeah, you know, so I thought to myself, man, I really need to keep touch with my roots over there still. Yeah. And as a result of following some local groups, I see advertisements for all kinds of things, and I think, man, I'd like to go to that, but I probably won't. You know, so I need to make more of an effort next year, I think. Go to a couple of local rodeos, go to Discovery Days, where the local First Nations also have displays of cultural stuff, which I'd love to see, you know. I'm gonna live here for the rest of my life. I'd love to at least absorb some of this, you know. If I challenge her to a duel at high noon, I've got a shot? Maybe. Quite possibly. So, you know... Yeah. Okay, I turned stone production way down, that's right. Okay, we're gonna pull this back up now, because we need more stone again. I gave them an easy run. Not anymore. Vacation's over, get back to work. What about this place? That's 100%. They're making 44 logs. They're turning most of it to firewood, I guess, right? Yeah, 42 of the logs are in demand just here. Wow, because they're turning most of it into firewood and planks. That's right. So I did set it that way, and I think with that 1.5 logs left, everybody over here should be happy. I don't think this guy even needs logs, does he? He has no clay coming in, I've noticed, though. There's not much spare clay lately. But yeah, he needs planks, but that's it. He doesn't need logs, he's good. He'll just chew a couple of planks up every few days. And this guy needs 3 logs? Whoa. 3.75 logs coming in here. Why exactly? Is it the hammers again? No. Picks? Picks. The picks. He's making 1.5 a day. Stone picks. Hang on. Are we overflowing with those freaking things? If we are, I can turn that shit right the hell down. Are we looking for stone picks? 8. I'd say we can maybe half the production of that for now. But anyway, yeah, this Friday, it's probably going to be the last in-town event before winter sets in. There might end up being one more, maybe, I don't know. But I'm going to go... Oh, I can't. Can I make this go any lower? I guess I can, yeah. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be like... Oh, these need logs as well. Ooh. It's going to be the last in-town event for a while, so I at least want to go and see something. Shai's not going to go with me. She's staying here. She's going to stick around the house and just do stuff. That didn't really reduce the log consumption by much more than half. Thank you for the follow, Dr. Snuff. Welcome. I think I need to reduce some of this. Make sure that we get a few extra planks. So only 1.2 planks are getting woods, so logs there. Logs are getting out of here every day. I'm not going to reduce that. We will reduce this. We need to drop this by maybe just 2. So from 30. So down to like 28 point something. 28.9? I'll go down to 27.5 to be safe. We'll do that. Reduce the amount of planks we make by not much, and that'll hopefully keep the other guys with logs. Yeah, 4 logs now, so we're gonna get a spare log out of this at the end of the day. Yo! Come on in. Oop, speaking. I think my wife knows we're talking about her. I just got a text.
The key is to not
The snacks. Right. She wants me to buy more snacks when I go out later. Last week I explored making my own snack mix for her. I went to Bolt Barn. I bought a thing called peanut butter extravaganza, bonanza, whatever it was called. Something like that. It was basically banana chips, peanut butter cups, not the Reese's ones, just a no-name Bolt Barn one, but then Reese's Pieces. Candied nuts and other mixed salted nuts were in there, and there was one other thing in, but I've forgotten what it is. She ate some of it, and she said that she started to feel a little sick afterwards. And I was like, oh, okay, so I tried some of it. And yeah, the peanut butter cups tasted rather sour. I was like, okay, don't eat any more of those. We're throwing that away and I'll go and buy some new stuff. So I just bought a bag of mixed nuts from Bolt Barn, some sesame sticks and some other mixed pretzel stick things and banana chips, and just threw it all together. She kind of liked it, but she's like, get more, get more. Snacks are always a good shout. They are, but it was mainly because at work, she had nobody to cover for her. Why am I so... Oh, I've got tons of stone. I'm like, why am I struggling with weight? I mean, I do struggle with weight, but a different kind of weight. Yeah, because there was nobody with... She works a front desk. She's an admin assistant as well. So she basically sits at the front desk, which rarely needs people to man, but they need it manned nonetheless, because the, you know, front door's there for the office, right? They can't just have people walking in and pleasing themselves, so to speak. What have we got in here? Planks. I'm gonna grab 48 of these. So it needs to be manned at all times, and they're so short-staffed now with the other people that left, and they've They hired a temp who was going to stick around for the rest of summer into autumn. She left a couple of weeks ago with no notice. She was like, I gotta go. She's elderly though. You know, she's like nearly 70 years old now. I don't know if that qualifies as elderly, but you know what I mean. She has a husband who is sick, so I get it. You know, you've got other things to do. Fair enough. But she had left with the expectation that she was going to be there for until the end of this month, basically, and she left 2 weeks ago. So Shai's like, well, I've got nobody to cover for me at the front desk on this particular week because the office manager is out on holiday for the week. She says, I'm not going to be able to get a lunch. I'm not going to be able to go and have lunch because the office manager would cover the front desk if needed. And I'm like, oh, she's like, I need grazing food to sit at the desk and snack on through the day, or I'm going to be starving when I get home. She doesn't do breakfast, so she normally takes a substantial lunch and eats that, and then has dinner when she comes home. Oh, I'm just hammering away with nothing in my inventory. These roofs need a lot more. I guess because they're wider though, right? They need 20, not 12. Okay. So anyway, she had snacks all last week to take to work. She's taken the last of them today to just nibble on.
Sometimes I wish we could.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hope she gets into the habit of doing that instead of needing a full lunch, because it does make cooking dinner pretty awkward. It limits what I can make to stuff that can be reheated better and not best served fresh. You know, so yeah, it will make my life easier as the only person in the house who cooks. Oh, right. How did we get on? This is what we were working on. I just realized fences. We were going to redo fences as well, weren't we? I think I've got all these done. Yeah, we have. Ah, you know Yuri. I see. Hey, Yurinti. Hi. Come on in. We're doing good. How's life? How are things working out for you today? Have you had a good one? Grazing through the day is much more satisfying than a meal at lunch. I used to work in a shop, so it was always weird. Like the times of day you think you might get your lunch don't always fall on a lunch. So for me, I never really got into the habit of needing like a meal unless I was working a late shift. If I was staying till 8, closing time, especially the ones I hated were coming in at like maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 3, and then it would normally be either 3 or 4 actually. I'd come in at 3 or 4 o'clock and I'd finish at 8, and I'm basically just covering the evening. And it's like, okay, fair enough, but you're not working long enough to warrant getting like a half-hour lunch break. You'll get 15 minutes if the manager feels generous. So it's not enough time to actually eat a meal, and it's in the middle of meal time for me, and it's like I don't eat until I come home at 8, and I hated it, so yeah, but working in the shop, you don't get the option to graze. It's nice if you're working in an office, but I used to just get whatever I could get when I could get it, that's how that worked. How are my chicky chicks looking? Oh, we get little chicky chicks now. What the hell? They've been making... I left them all together and they've just made more chickens. I guess that's what they do. We were supposed to eat those eggs. What are you doing? Don't let them give birth. We need to eat them. Right, damn it. She's using the fertilizer over here in the oat field. You better have finished the new flax field for spring. That's all I'm going to say. You're still on vacation. All right, that's it. You took a vacation time. I'm glad you're having a good vacation. Well, I'm hoping it's a good one. I'm glad you're having some vacation time. That's always nice. You learned today two full PCs is above the reasonable weight limit of IKEA. Oh, you mean for a table? Have you broke a table? Did you break a table? Oh dear. And melting in the sun. Oh man. Yeah, I've heard you guys also getting a... We got another mini heat wave a couple of days ago. Yesterday was 30 degrees here, centigrade, and day before was like 28. We were wondering, like, in the afternoon on Sunday, like, why am I so hot? And I looked at my phone's weather app and I'm like, that's why. Shit, when did this start? It's last week, on Monday, I went to the recycling centre to take out all the old glass jars, and I also had some cardboard to get rid of and a bunch of other stuff, and I made some errands, and that's when I went and bought all the additional snacks. It was raining, and it was freezing cold rain. It was like 2 degrees outside with a -4 wind chill at the end of August. Last week of August. And the mountains the next day when the weather cleared had snow on it. Like they were covered white with snow. It's all gone now. It was only a thin layer. But I was like, fuck, winter cometh. And my hands were freezing cold. I put my gloves on when I realized how cold my hands were. I was like, oh, they ache from the cold from just a few minutes going to the car to put stuff in the back. I took bottles to the bottle depot for the deposits and stuff, and I'm like, my hands were freezing cold and wet. I was like, So I got in the car, dried them off, put my gloves on, which I leave in the car, and I was like, warm up, turn the heater on, and then a week later, 30 degrees. Like, what the fuck? Make your mind up, weather. Make your goddamn mind up. So, and I'm running around in circles. I'm just looking at my town, wondering what else we can be doing. I don't want to go do some more lumberjacking right now.
I'm so glad I
You know what? Let's fill up the donkel,
Why?
get some trade goods, if any, and fill the donkaroo. Oh! There is a thing in my brain where I'm like, wasn't I going to fix something? I was going to look at friggin' no tools! No shovels! That's why we have no clay. They're out of shovels. I was going to fix the clay situation. I was like, that guy's been out of clay for a while now, I'm pretty sure. We're not making shovels. Well, we're making bronze. Oh, we were going to make bronze shovels. Shit. Oh, it's going to use extra logs as well. Okay. Wait, copper shovels. 2 logs, copper bars. We do have an excess of copper bars. Let's make those. Oh, fuck, I just untoggled it. Keep the changes. There we go. Ay, ay, ay. 2 PCs, 1 SO, either or. Whew. Wow. Didn't break it, have a small storage shelf that now sways with the slightest touch like a suspension bridge. I think I would suit Canada weather. Honestly, I prefer to be, I've always said this, I prefer to be uncomfortably cold over uncomfortably hot. Like, this last winter we had in January, it got down to like -40 during the daytime. It was so cold that the battery in my car drained itself overnight and wouldn't start. I needed a jump boost from the towing company, and then I needed again a recharge from my father-in-law. So he got me, oh god, I'm gonna go grab it real quick. He gave me something. Got to low screen real quick. Why don't you just make and keep tools in storage? Well, I forgot they weren't making shovels. I was going to start making bronze tools, and I put a pin in that, and I took copper shovels off the menu, and I forgot to re-add them. Oh, so, you know, that was my fault. They should be making those tools. I'll probably make a few myself just to get them going again. Anyway, here's what my father-in-law gave me. Big ass battery jumper. So I can plug this in to the outlet here and charge it up. And then if I go out to my car and it doesn't start, this beastie comes out of the trunk and I give it a jump start. Because if that happened last winter, it'll probably happen this winter as well, if I'm honest. And that was a new battery. That battery went in the previous autumn. So, I like the New England, Northeast England, sorry, not New England. I will read better than that. It's just meh all the time. I'm from Barnsley, so I know what you mean. I'm from South Yorkshire. Yeah. This thing has an air compressor. I can also pump up my tires if need be, but I already have a tire inflator. But yeah, there are instructions in there I should read at some point before winter sets in, and I'm going to give it a wipe down. This thing has dog hair all over it. Ew. But yeah. So, my father-in-law just gave me that. He was like, here, have this. I don't use it. I've got the recharger thing that I used, and I found it better. But this can do in a pinch. And I'm like, oh. Okay, because I'd mentioned I'd thought about buying one. I was like, I think I'm going to go buy one. Ready for this winter. Like, if I see one come on sale that's decent, because they're like... The smaller packs that I was thinking to get, that's big. That's huge. That's heavy duty. You know, that's for starting like a big freaking, I don't know, like a Dodge Ram 3500 with a huge super freaking Hemi V8 in it. So yeah, but I thought about buying one of the smaller battery packs because mine's only a 1.4. I don't need something freaking huge. I don't need to start a semi, okay? But if I come across a guy who's got a semi that's not starting because of a flat battery, I can help that guy and feel good about myself later now. So I'm good. I might actually start my own, you know, boosting company. When it comes around, there were lots of people who needed jump starts that winter, and it was freezing cold, but I'd rather be that cold, is the point, than like 30-degree plus weather hot. I hate that. I don't like being freezing cold either, but I can tolerate it better. You can get one that's about half the size, but should keep it warm if you can. Oh yeah, I mean, I wouldn't leave that out in the car. That's going to stay in the house. It'll go out with me when I go out, but it'll come back in the house during the day. Because that would make no sense, right? It's like, if my car battery froze to the point that it won't start up because all the battery power drained out of it, and I left a battery pack in the car, it's going to do the same. So, no, I wouldn't leave it in the car. Plus, I have nowhere to hide it. I don't have a privacy screen for the back of the car, so, you know. Ask the town to install industrial outlets next to your car. There are outlets, and they are high grade. Every 2 parking spaces has a pillar in it with the parking space numbers, and behind that, there are, dual outdoor outlets. Those are for plugging in block heaters. But we also used it to plug in my father-in-law's recharger. So when he came around, and it did the job as well. We wouldn't want to leave it on there all the time, but they allow you in the winter to plug your block heater in to keep the oil warm, and then the oil doesn't turn to slush. So, yeah. But no, that's what we did when my car needed the recharge. My father-in-law came out with a small, it was only about that big, you know, terminal thing with a power outlet plug. In it went, terminals onto the car, and we just left it running and let it charge the battery up. And then occasionally we went out to try again to see if we could get it to start. And we just sheltered in his car in the meantime with his engine running, keeping the heater going. So, how much does the car need? 200, 400, 800 amp service. I'm on it for mine. I'm not sure. I need to look into stuff like that. But it's a 1.4 engine, so a gas engine. So whatever the standard battery would be for that, because that's what the dealership put in when they replaced my battery. Never come across any place that has block heaters unless it's a diesel. Yeah, here it's kind of a necessity. It is something that's needed fairly regularly.
Significant other as well.
because it will get that cold here in the winter. If we have temperatures consistently overnight at the minus 20 degrees onwards, it's advised that you run the block heater for at least a couple of hours, or at least an hour, before you try to start your car, and then you run the car like just idle, sitting, before you don't drive away with it, you know, if you don't have to. And if you do, go slow. Don't go highway speeds. Let the oil warm up first and get around the engine. So yeah, that's basically what we deal with here. You know what I'm just noticing now as well? The plants that we put in the flower pots haven't died in the winter. They're fine. I thought these would disappear in the winter and we would need to replace them. Interesting. Well, I need to go do more logging in the next day. I'm kidding. Oh, okay. Our and likely your house is 200 amp service. Going above 200 amps is where you're likely entering industrial. Ah, okay. I don't really know electricity that well. It's not really something I know much about. Okay, so... Oh, we had more... Did we finish that fence around the back here? I think we did. Yes, we did. Okay. But yeah, like I say, electricity isn't something I know much about. Right, we were going to stack up trade goods. That's what we were going to do before I got a little distracted dealing with other stuff. I will get rid of some of these additional copper hose and knives because we are making more than we need. Same with the hammers. Mostly because I do want to be able to sell occasional excess. Shall we try and remember to sell the feathers this time? We probably should. Furs I'm keeping. Oh, we should do some decorating with the furs after we're done. I'll take those with me now. I'll turn those leathers into something. Wicker baskets. Okay. Turn the leathers into the usuals. Look at the main breaker for the house. It'll tell you the amp service. I mean, you're probably right. I mean, we live in a condo building, but we do have a breaker box in the unit. So the unit itself, I mean, I would imagine the wiring in here is higher grade to like service all the units. That's what I would imagine. Like the gauge of it's probably much higher, therefore the amps must be much higher. So I doubt very much we all have our own individual line out to the grid. So there'll be like a distribution in here somewhere that then services every unit. But yeah, the unit itself is probably 200 amps, if that's what the norm is for a household situation. Right, over here. Nope, we're not selling the furs. We're going to use those to make carpet. I want wicker baskets. Water skittles. There we go. That's all the stuff we're going to sell. Try not to use consistently, use more than 60% on any breaker for a long period of time. Yeah, I guess you don't want to, like, over-stress it, right? You know, like the amount of stuff that the breaker is designed to deal with. Put a few of these, well, like the goat fur. And put sheep rug there. And there. There we go, we got a few decorations in the house again. I've seen condos broken out, but that's more rare than having a direct line. What's coming from the pole should be going into a meter and then to you. All about heat generation, so you don't want to use a lot on a single line. It should be triggering the breakers. Gotcha. I mean, thankfully we don't seem to have any power issues in this building. We've never heard of anybody having any. Right, we didn't finish those fences either. How much more fur do I have? 21. I should probably put some down in the newer houses that we just built. There are these over here I'll do. Put a couple of rugs in each, and then there were a couple down there as well. So yeah, like I said, I feel like, you know, the power generation we have hasn't been a problem here. There we go. But as for the outlets outdoors, I don't know what they are. They were put there mainly just for people, I forgot the other house, to run block heaters on, so yeah. I would imagine anybody trying to plug anything heavy duty into it would probably be a problem. But again, I don't know, it's not my specialty, so a couple of those in there.